continue. So we start a new chapter today, 15. The topic is transporting. One of the Torah 9 Avis Melachas, hoitzo'o, means transferring, but it's commonly referred as carrying, right? So we never say transporting, we always say transferring, sometimes we say transferring, but carrying, okay? Because carrying is always like when you walk. Transferring, maybe you do electronically, maybe you do via car, but carrying is usually it's while you walk. So this, in my opinion, that's more descriptive. This Melachah considers transferring object from one domain to another. Just 1 second, quickly check. Okay, so let's read and then we add what we can. This Melachah consists transfer object from one domain to another. The Torah forbids person to transfer object on Shabbos from the area which is defined in Halachah, its private domain. All right, Rishus Hayachid, okay, to one defined as a public domain, Rishus Harabim, or vice versa. So, okay. So before we continue, so since we have new people, so I'd like to quickly to remind us what are we talking about. So where we start Shabbos, or we were intended to start Shabbos, let's say in our apartment usually, right? It's normal. So it's considered to be your residence, that you're going to Shabbos residence, right? So if you went to somebody else, you stay by your friend's house, so now your Shabbos residence is going to be their house, not your apartment. Maybe you live a few blocks away, but their apartment. If you don't plan to go back, right? Or even you in your friend's house, right? On set of Shabbos, you're going to be there for Kabbalah Shabbos, right? But you're planning to go home to sleep, right? So your residence is there where you're going to sleep. It's very interesting. So this area, surrounded by the walls, is considered to be your private residence, right? Your Reshus Hayachid, meaning your private domain, right? Or private domain. And everything is outside is a public domain. It's a simplified halacha. Right, but the sages say, according to Torah, I mean, I don't see they discuss it. The real public domain, according to the Torah, is a place like one street, wide street. I don't remember how many amos, maybe 20 amos. Maybe I want to say 18 amos. I'm not sure if 18 or 17 amos. So it's like one amo is 2 feet approximately, a little less approximately. So it's pretty wide street, and 600,000 people pass during one day. So as you understand, most of the streets do not have this qualification. Right, and all of this is actually whatever we have. It's a rabbinical domain. It's not. It's Carmelis. Okay, so but we treat this Carmelis, this semi-public domain, as exactly as a biblically prohibited. Okay, so continue. It is also forbids moving the object distance 4 amos, approximately 7 feet. Or 2.1 meters. 2.1 meters. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So okay. So let's see. So first, you cannot take from one domain into another domain, from private to public, from public to private. Doesn't matter. And plus, you're not allowed to carry. We're going to see what carrying means. Right, in a public domain for this 4 amos, they say 7 to 8 feet, so in approximately 2 meters. Okay, so even though this item, whatever was there, so it fell. So the example, the example was would be like your button, right? You have a button, and you chuck it, and it fell on the street. So you're not allowed to pick it up. You're not allowed to pick it up. You're not allowed to carry it, right? Even if you want to save it. Okay, there are ways, but it's not so simple. Okay, so now it fell. Now it's like in some sense you carry it. So now it belongs to the public domain. So you cannot just pick it up and put it in your pocket and think that you're going to sew it later on. That's a problem. Okay, continue. Under rabbinical law, the same restriction applies to transfer between either private or public and Carmelis. Okay. There is a limited public domain, such as thoroughfare, that is not widely traveled. So I guess not for us, it's most of the streets for us is going to be Carmelis. So of course there is no 600,000 people and all of the local streets. Okay. And to move the object 4 amos within the Carmelis. So according to rabbis, so you cannot transfer from Carmelis, the semi-public domain, into 100% public domain, from public domain to Carmelis, from Carmelis into private domain, from private domain into Carmelis, and plus you cannot carry things in the semi-public domain, right? But of course, since it is rabbinical law, right? So rabbis had the power to establish the law, and rabbis had the power, as always, have create some kind of exceptions in the case of the needs. So, but we don't make up our own exception. We just follow what rabbis said. Okay. So continue. The Melachah Chol applies on Yom Tov. Chol is carrying. Okay. Thus, although carrying is in many instances permitted, as we shall see shortly, there's a numerous instances which is prohibited. So, like generally, when we started this class, we said the biggest difference between Shabbos and Yom Tov that you can cook on Yom Tov from the beginning, right, and do all the melachas that needed for cooking. As we said, lighting fires, it's one of the melachas that is needed for cooking, right? And it's one difference. And second difference is carrying. So whatever you need for a Yom Tov needs, you can carry. So you need the chairs to get the chairs from your friend. You can carry the chairs, even though there is no eruv. You need as we said in the previous chapter, you need to take a cigarette somewhere. There is no problem. You need the diapers for the children, baby wipes, milk, whatever you need. There is no problem. You can carry. Okay, but only, of course, for the needs of Yom Tov. Okay.